Hello and welcome back to Automotive Tales. You join me and apparently all my camera gear in the back as we're off to do something a little bit different. So, about a year ago, I got dressed up in a black tie and went to a fancy dinner, and that led to a charity auction. And the result of that is I spent a lot of money on an experience day, and that experience day is with Superstar Cars down here just on the outskirts of Oxford, raising money for British Heart Foundation, and we're going to do some driving in the Cotswolds in a series of classic cars. As you'll be aware, our E30 is back, our Fiat 850 Sport Coupe is back. We've got a lovely selection of classic cars, and today I'm driving none of them, but what I am going to be driving is quite an interesting selection of classic cars. So we're about to go, and a Jaguar is doing very Jaguar things. It won't start. Nope. Nope. Gotta love a classic car, right?
A few moments later.
So predictably, the Jag won't start. So we're in a German car. We're in a Mercedes SL 300, which is rather lovely. And the convoy's about to leave, so I need to stop filming and actually, drive. Okay, we're at first little stop, so I can give you a bit more feedback on the SL. So, it's just a lovely car to drive. It's sort of equivalent to the E30 we've got. It doesn't like to be rushed, but that's fine. It's not meant to be rushed. It's for wafting. Although sometimes you feel like you should rush when you've got one of those behind you, growling away. Just like that, we finished our first drive and driving the SL. Next, we're going to a car that's parked here. That's right, we're going to drive a 911 Carrera. It's a Targa as well. Very nice. So this is the 911. Look at this, very nice. Time to join air-cooled flat 6 world for a short while. And also, I realised what I'm staring at you don't get to see, but you should probably quite like to see what I'm following. That's very nice indeed. Very fly, one might say. So we're in the 911. First thing to note, the brakes are very, very firm. The previous person driving this said they're extremely wooden, which is fully standard for Porsches. The Boxster and the 944 are much like that. Quite a close ratio on the gearbox. Oh, closely seated gears. They're close together. You've got to be really careful not to miss gears, apparently. But yeah, it's a very nice place to be. Got all my dials, got my oil pressure, temperature. It's good. I'm looking forward to this. Right, tourist now. I've got a camera around me. So we've just come to our first destination for coffee, and this is the end of my time with the 911, and I was a little bit concerned meeting what I would consider a hero car. When I first got in, it was a bit tricky to get in. Seats are very comfortable though. Your feet are way off towards the centre. I was going to say the transmission tunnel, but it isn't a transmission tunnel because the engine's way back out there. And I thought this is going to be tricky to drive. And it's a bit difficult getting your feet on the pedals because I'm wearing, well, big boots. But it was a delight to drive. It feels very tight. The engine revs really nicely. Lots of power. Not so much that it's going to scare you, but enough to have a little bit of fun and enjoy the drive. So yeah, very much recommend the air-cooled 911. Right, time for coffee, and then it's an Austin Healey 3000. Woohoo! So, coffee break done. Next for us, sadly not the lovely Aston Martin here, but look at this Austin Healey 3000 Mark III? Yes, Mark III. So, probably the oldest and most original car here on the trip. So this is going to be a bit of fun, but it's got the nice 3-litre inline 6 at the front, so it's not going to be short on go, that's for sure.
Graceful, John. You might round the steering. Come on.
Like a movie star.
Smile.
Oh my word, this is tiny. So I have disgracefully got into the Austin Healey. Now let's fire it up. So we're in. It's a tiny, tiny little car. It smells nice. It smells very oily and petrol-y, which is great. Right, now I need to find the seatbelt, whatever type of seatbelt it's got, and figure out the heavy clutch. So we are driving the Austin Healey 3000, and we've got to Moreton-on-the-Marsh, which means there's a traffic jam. So we're still waiting in the same traffic jam we've been waiting in for years. When we went down to look at the BMW in restoration, when we went down to look at the pre-inspection for the BMW, and when we came back through here with the car finished and restored, all because they're making a series of houses here. And I need to focus more on the pedals because this has got a really tiny pedal. It's got a very tiny pedal box, and I've got big shoes on still, and I'm struggling a little bit to get between the brake and the clutch, which is marginally concerning because this is a very, very expensive car. Have arrived at our lunch destination, and it's time for me to part ways with the Austin Healey already, and I can tell you this is a fabulous machine. Hey Greg, it's a little bit twitchy, takes a bit of getting used to. I had to take my shoes off to get to the pedals because they're very, very close together, but it is totally rewarding. The noise of that 3-litre Austin straight 6 is just mwah, absolutely beautiful. Right.
But in the words of Robin Williams in Good Morning Vietnam, it's hot! Damn hot!
Yes, it is. I am a bit sweaty. Right, it is my turn to be passenger for a while, so Mr. Greg right here at Yorkshire CNG is going to be driving me in the MGA, which is not a normal MGA. So the MGA should be a 1500. It's actually a 1600 with a supercharger. It gives it a little bit more oomph and pep to keep up with traffic. Right, we need to try and get a convoy going because everybody's figuring out who's going where because we've got a mix round.
Watch out for the cars coming ahead of us.
So, Greg, you've already driven this car. What do you think of it?
Epic. It's good fun. Really good fun. 1.6 supercharged. Goes, but doesn't want to kill you. Brilliant fun.
That's really got some go. No problems keeping up with modern traffic when you've got a supercharger on your MGA, right? Makes a glorious sound too. I have a feeling it might be about to rain. I don't look it in the camera behind, but it's looking a bit dark up there.
So we'll give it some supercharger.
Yeah, let's enjoy it while it's dry. Looks like we've outrun the rain clouds so far, but it does smell a bit farmy around here, but sounds good nevertheless. You can just hear that whine from the supercharger. Oh, it's very subtle.
I'll try and get it into the second in a minute, you can hear it.
Right, into second. Past some walkers, say hello. Come on. This sounds lovely, doesn't it? You wouldn't know it was supercharged from the noise. You can hear it inside.
Sounds like
Following it, you can't hear the supercharger. It's quite subtle. Bit of a sleeper, this MGA.
oh yes. In fact, it'll keep up with the Cobra. Albeit the Cobra's a 3.5 V8, so it's not the full 427, but it's far more usable on the road. But yeah, this is more than enough to play with. More than enough.
Hold on a second. The Cobra's a 3.5 litre. It's pretty the same as my Land Rover, right?
Yep. It's probably the same engine.
Yep. Might be a little bit quicker than the Land Rover though, I suspect.
You ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Right, a quick change of, well, driver and passenger, so I have a new passenger, and it's my turn to drive this mighty little MGA. I'm looking forward to this. It looks like it's a lot of fun. So we have stopped once again, so time for me once again to depart with another car. So I've been driving this lovely little MGA, and I can tell you it is the cream of the crop. That supercharged 1.6 is super powerful. It is way quicker than it has any right to be. It's silky smooth, and with a 5-speed gearbox, very, very usable. Fifth is basically your not hooligan gear. It's great. Yeah, I think the best one of the bunch. What a lovely, lovely machine. But I suspect it probably costs as well as it drives. Next up, we're in the Cobra, and Greg's driving again.
6'3".
6 foot. This is a car that Greg actually fits in, believe it or not. Unlike the little MGA was a little bit small for Greg. I will insert a photo up here of how small. Right, it's time for me to get in. Welcome to the Cobra, God of Thunder. Shame the road's empty that way, not that way. Here we go. So it's like taming the God of Thunder. You enjoying yourself? Just a little bit, yeah. Just a little bit. now in the driver's seat. Another swap passenger, back to Miss Rach. My turn to try and tame the Cobra. It is quite the beast. It might be a kit, it might only be a Rover V8, but it certainly has some go. Wow, does it sound good. I'm gonna say it sounds good. It really does sound good. Okay, so we are back at HQ. Reasonably long drive back to here. But wow, what a machine. Even with the 3.5 litre Rover engine, this thing flies and it sounds incredible. It's hard to believe this is the same motor that sits in my lovely little Land Rover 90, or be that waffles. This properly roars. It's great fun. I don't think I'd want to go long distance in it because my ears are still ringing slightly, but yeah, what a cool thing. What a cool thing. So Greg, you've driven the Healey, you've driven the Cobra, you've driven the SL. Did you break the SL? I think you broke the SL.
Didn't break the SL, I got the SL to actually go.
You got it out of eco mode,
I did get
so
it
you
out of
unbroke the SL. You've driven the 911 Targa and you've driven the MGA. Which is your favourite?
Tough call.
Yeah?
Tough call. You know, the Targa is very German, it's very precision, you can get it any every day. And as much as it's fun and precise, I think something like the MGA has certainly got the character. That has been the car that's put a big smile, a big surprise on my face for the day. The Cobra's fantastic. It is fantastic. So much fun, so much fun. But I have to say the MGA has given it a really good run for its money today. I have to admit that.
Okay, so I think I agree with Greg. While the Cobra should steal the show, and theatrically it does, it's loud, it's brash, it's fun, it's quick, everybody stares at the Cobra. This thing has properly stolen my heart today. It almost keeps up with the Cobra with this little supercharged 1.6. It sounds great. Obviously, it's not the waffle you get from a big V8, but just look at it. It's adorable. And with a 5-speed gearbox, very, very drivable. So yeah, I mean, I probably couldn't ever afford an MGA like this with the supercharger kit on it and the 1.6. But yeah, this would be my pick of the crop, I think. So on that bombshell, I prefer a 1.6 supercharged to a big old 3.5 litre V8. That's the end of this video on Automotive Tales. I'm off to have a glass of fizz and enjoy looking around these beautiful machines in here. Sadly, we haven't been able to drive these today, but maybe we will in future. Right, back in my car, some more driving to do, slightly less exciting now, but a big thank you to George and Seb at Superstar Experiences and Autostorico, who host this event, and all the team that work with them. What a great day we've had. Right, time to battle the motorway home. At least we've got aircon though. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.